The film begins with beautiful actresses Zoe and Mal filming the love scene. The director meticulously guides them through each step. During short breaks, the two chat and joke with each other, sharing laughter. When everything is ready and the cue is given, they hold hands, locking fingers, and gaze deeply into each other's eyes. A time jump shows Zoe and Mal becoming real-life lovers, as depicted through personal video recordings of their shared moments of affection. In the present day, Zoe tears up while her makeup is being done. She blames it on her contacts, but the real reason is emotional. She and Mal, now broken out, must reenact their love scene for a network distribution deal. Kara, the director, and the producer, are shown ensuring everything on set mirrors the original shoot. Aware of Zoe and Mal's breakup, both are uneasy about the upcoming encounter between the two. Kara decides to keep Zoe in a break room until she is needed. Mal arrives later than Zoe. Sitting in the break room, Zoe overhears a crew member announcing Mal's arrival via walkie-talkie, believing Mal wouldn't show up. Zoe is taken aback, overwhelmed with anxiety and emotion. After some time, Zoe leaves the break room, complicating Kara's plans. Zoe talks to the staff as Kara notices Mal stepping out of the makeup room. Kara brings Mal onto the set, where Zoe and Mal finally lock eyes. Despite the silent exchange, Zoe continues chatting with the staff and disregards Kara's instruction to move to the first position. Kara takes Zoe back to the break room for a private conversation. Meanwhile, offers Mal some comforting words. Kara tells Zoe that they will rehearse first to gauge whether she and Mal can work in the same space. The entire crew, aware of the breakup, waits nervously. After a long pause, the rehearsal begins. Zoe sits beside Mal, triggering flashbacks of their past love scene. Both actresses remove their robes and lie down on the bed. Zoe silently lets out a tear before facing Mal. Initially, the rehearsal seems to go smoothly, but now abruptly leaves the set. Kara and try to talk to them separately to understand what went wrong, but neither actress opens up. With her one demeanor, intervenes, holding both of their hands to calm the aura. Zoe lightens the mood with a joke, making Mal laugh, encouraged, and gets them to voice their admiration for each other. Zoe praises Mal's talent, while Mal describes Zoe as the funniest person she knows. Mal continues sharing what she admires about Zoe, leaving her emotional. Mal apologizes to Zoe for walking off and assures her they can proceed. Back on set, Kara briefs them about doing several takes. While the crew steps up, Zoe and Mal chat like old friends. Soon, they transform into their characters, Ellie and Jordan. Ellie wakes up and turns to look at Jordan, watching her sleep. Jordan stirs awake, and they talk about drinking. Ellie is supposed to initiate the first kiss. Kara's voice is heard in the background, asking Zoe if she's comfortable with the scene. Zoe agrees. As Zoe leans in for the kiss, a light bulb bursts. The shoot is paused, and the crew breaks for lunch. During the break, Zoe receives a call from her manager, Evan, asking why she missed her audition. Zoe replies that she's busy filming. Confused, Evan insists no filming was scheduled today. After the call, the scene shifts to Mal speaking to her mother on the phone, and overhears part of the conversation, prompting Mal to cut it short. Zoe reflects silently before confronting Kara. Frustrated, she tells Kara that her team is questioning why she's there. Zoe asks if the broadcast deal is real. Kara admits it isn't. Meanwhile, Mal has a heartfelt talk with N, leading N to vent about feeling overlooked by Kara despite their 15-year friendship. Back with Zoe, Kara reveals the reason for her lie. Kara tells Zoe how she witnessed her heartbreak firsthand, crying, not eating, and not sleeping for weeks, with Zoe repeatedly wishing she could be with Mal again. Knowing this, Kara fabricated the deal to create the opportunity for Zoe and Mal to be together. Zoe now faces a dilemma about continuing with the charade. Kara reassures Zoe that whatever decision she makes, she will support her and take responsibility for the fallout. As Kara leaves, the scene shifts to Mal and N. N reads a quote about love to Mal, who shares her thoughts on it. They hug in appreciation of each other's support. Once N leaves, Mal's smile fades. In the next scene, Anne gives Kara tea and stresses the importance of finishing the shoot that day, as Mal is set to leave for Chicago to perform in a play for several months. This revelation increases Kara's anxiety. In the makeup room, Zoe reminisces about her love scene with Mal. Her breathing becomes labored as she spirals into anxiety. Mal walks in, notices Zoe struggling, and asks if she's okay. Recognizing Zoe's distress and knowing it has happened before, Mal steps in to help and steps into the makeup room and takes over, helping Zoe calm down. After a few minutes, she leaves to find Kara, who is enjoying herself despite Anne's growing stress over Zoe's breakdown and the lack of progress on set. Once Anne is gone, Zoe and Mal are left alone, and Mal continues trying to help Zoe regulate her breathing. While comforting Zoe, Mal suddenly kisses her on the lips, which helps Zoe relax almost immediately. Surprised, Zoe hurries to Kara and tells her what happened. Zoe questions whether Mal's kiss was genuine or just part of acting as Jordan to get good a scene. Kara assures her it was Mal herself, not her character, who kissed Zoe. During their conversation, Kara reveals that Zoe and Mal truly fell for each other during the film's production, particularly while filming the love scene. Kara explains that, in that moment, it was clear to everyone on set that the two had stopped acting and were expressing real emotions. She shares this to remind Zoe of how special their relationship was. The shoot goes on and things go smoothly. Zoe leans in for the first kiss, and they finish the scene without interruptions. Afterward, the two are given a break, which they spend dancing and enjoying themselves. Eventually, they share a hug, but Zoe pulls away and grows quiet. Sensing her change in mood, Mal apologizes. Later, Mal finally opens up about why she walked out on their relationship. She admits she was battling drug addiction even before they met, something Zoe knew about. Mal explains that she recently completed rehab. However, it wasn't her addiction or recovery that caused her to leave. Instead, Mal confesses she believed Zoe was already withdrawing emotionally from the relationship, especially after noticing her behavior during the film's premiere. Hurt by this explanation, Zoe calls Mal selfish, and they begin to argue. Meanwhile, Kara and Anne, still celebrating a successful take, overhear them shouting. Kara and Anne intervene, but the argument escalates. Exhausted, Kara tells them both to pack up and leave. This panics Anne, who worries about the broadcast deal. Kara then admits the truth. The deal was a lie, created in hopes of reuniting Zoe and Mal. Mal, enraged, throws Kara out of the room. Kara and Anne leave to wrap up production for the day. Left alone, Zoe and Mal argue further. Mal reveals that she was afraid Zoe would eventually leave her, which she admits pushed her to walk away first. Zoe, deeply hurt, compares Mal to her mother and sarcastically congratulates her on becoming the person she despised most. Mal angrily swears at Zoe, who swears back. Their fight ends with Mal storming out of the room. Outside, Anne confronts Kara, expressing her frustration at being kept in the dark about the broadcast deal. Meanwhile, Mal locks herself in the bathroom to avoid Zoe, who follows and apologizes for her cruel remarks about Mal's mother. Zoe tells Mal she didn't mean to hurt her, but Mal coldly asks her to leave. Unlike Mal, who's given up on the relationship, Zoe tries everything she can to fix things. She pours her heart out, telling Mal she loves her and apologizing repeatedly. However, realizing that Mal is firm in her decision, Zoe finally gives up and lets her go. Later, Zoe calls Mal's mother to ask her to come and kick Mal up. Meanwhile, Anne has an emotional moment with Kara, sharing her need for honesty and recognition. Kara reassures Anne that she does see her and tells her that she appreciates her so much. Anne is touched and kisses her. In the closing moments, Zoe sits on the roadside, lost in thought. Mal gets out of her mother's car and sees Zoe. She sits across from her, and the two exchange tearful glances. The film ends with their 6-minute love scene of Ellie and Jordan, during which their characters subtly shift back into their real selves, Zoe and Mal.